Hey everyone, my name is Vish. I run solutions engineering at Fascino Labs. We're here to talk about Pioneer, our platform. Just a quick background. So our expertise is small language models. So we created a model family called Gliner, which is really good at named entity recognition, really good for like classification, extraction kind of use cases. It's a 200 million parameter model. NVIDIA uses it as part of their Nematron models for PII detection. You can, has like 30 million downloads a month. You can take it, run it locally, even on your laptop. Super small and very efficient. As we took this model and we were fine-tuning it, we realized we could actually build a fine-tuning platform, not just for our models, but for any open source models. So that was the genesis of the platform Pioneer, which you see here does two things. So one, it lets you take your data and fine-tune any open source model with that data to significantly improve its accuracy to match LLM performance. The thesis, again, is that if you take a model and train it with data that is very specialized to that specific task, it improves significantly for that task. We have customers who do this for, in healthcare and financial services who don't want to just give all their data away to the LLM providers, use our platform to actually train and build their own models. You see the cursors and the gleans, all of them have started like building their own models, but if you don't have like a really large machine learning team and a research team to actually run all these experiments and actually take that data and really figure out how to improve the model, you can use the platform. The second piece, which you see on the screen here, is our adaptive inference. So once a model is built and deployed in production, the model continues to improve over a period of time. The way our platform runs, like if you inference with us, is we look at like failure modes, and these are all your failed inferences, and seeing like where the model does not perform, take that information and automatically create new checkpoints for you, and the model keeps improving even after it's in production. So it's not just like once and done. A few things to keep in mind here is we actually have run like a lot of experiments behind the scenes, so it's not actually like overfitting it for that specific scenario. There's significant regression testing like built into the platform itself. So the model, although it keeps improving it won't actually it will keep evolving over a period of time as well. The other thing to also keep in mind is we work across a variety of different open source models. So you can see if this loads here, oh it does. You can see that we actually support like close to 60 models today, and this includes both the frontier models as well as other open source models that you can actually train. An example that we saw a lot of like customers do is they would use our platform to run inference through like an Opus or a GPT 5.5, see traffic patterns over a period of time, and then use that to switch to a smaller language model. This was a very common use case. So what we're building next is actually a complete routing layer. We're starting with this for coding specifically, but this routing layer is going to work exactly the same. So you can point your Opus or GPT traffic over to Pioneer. It is going to like understand like how which tasks are better suited for open source models and how all those different tasks can actually be improved over a period of time. As a quick demo, I'd like to show you how the router works in practice. So for example, if you have a very simple task like fixing a typo in a file or replacing a variable name in your code base, you don't actually need like LLMs for that. You can do it at a much cheaper cost. So when you actually route this task, it's going to tell you like which model that it picked. In this case, it came back with DeepSeek V4 Flash, and it'll tell you exactly like why it picked it and what the actual reasoning behind it was. And you can also customize this to set in certain scenarios you might need like very high accuracy and you're okay with open or higher costs, or in other scenarios you might want like the cheapest model to win at a bare minimum threshold for accuracy. So again, all of these are like controllable both through the API as well as this will be as part of the UI as well. Again, if you have like a pretty, I'm going to put my mic down here for a second. But just to show an example of how this would work, if you have like a very complex task, it may still rely on the LLM. So you may not have like all your tasks going into the same model. The advantage is like you can actually define the thresholds and the constraints on when it actually goes to an open source model, when it actually goes to the LLM provider itself. So this is our platform. So I'll just, so you see this one's actually be routed to Sonnet because it is pretty complex to do for any of the open source models today. And it will actually tell you exactly like how much this is going to cost to. If you were to do it on DeepSeek, it would be significantly cheaper, but your accuracy would be much lesser than you would get with Opus. So this is our platform. I have a few more minutes, so I'll take time to answer any questions if anyone has. Let me check. It might have been one of the thresholds. It was a yeah. It does. It flags like all the viable options for you. It will tell you like which one will work better for that specific task. So there is like I think the success rate shows one, and then you have like various experiments that will use to like pick which model is like best for that specific task.
Refactoring code bases, are there any other use cases that are very common you're seeing across developers?
Yeah, great question. So we're seeing a bunch of use cases that are like a lot of like classification and extraction kind of use cases. So things like help me understand XYZ, help summarize like all of these like patterns for me, tell me what this does. So anything that's non-generative, where you don't actually have to like go and like do a lot of reasoning and like build something new out of the gate. If you're just trying to like understand existing like use cases, like all of those are better suited for like a bunch of like these open source models. Gliner itself actually happens to be like a really good model for a lot of these too. It's a encoder-based model. It like is very fast. Another common use case that we see a lot is in many cases, these models work very well, but they take like a lot of time as well. So anywhere you need like very low latency responses, like having a smaller model that is like loaded in memory will give you like much faster responses. So those are like 2, 3 like kind of like use cases where we see like more and more people move away from like LLMs and want to like use open source models to do these tasks.
Are there specific examples that are related to coding agents specifically similar to
Yeah. Not top of my head, but like things like replacing things, like doing the same repetitive tasks like over and over again. So those are the ones where you don't want to like hold all the context, take all of it and send like large inputs to like replace like something like very small and tiny. Those are scenarios where it makes like most obvious sense. But then again, like that's the advantage. Like our agent will actually tell you and classify like based on your usage patterns. Now, how a 2-person startup operates versus like a 100% engineering team is very different. So there are like different patterns that do surface as you like run this across your team. But the common ones would be like find and replace kind of like use cases. Awesome. Looks like we're right at time. So I'll be hanging around. If you have any questions, come find us at the Pioneer booth. We're over here. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Vish. Before we move to panel 3, we're going to have a 2 minutes spotlight for our sponsor, Snaply. Please keep it short. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Spencer. I'll try my best to keep it short. So I'm Spencer, and I'm from Snaply. In Snaply, we are the first real-world agentic payment solution in North America up to today. So I find that we have a lot of founder in here, and one exciting thing that I would like to share would be with our digital. We have been building digital wallet for Snaply for more than 5 years, and we are servicing North American customer for more than 400,000 customers. And also total transaction volume is more than 100 million transactions. And in Canada, we are the top 100 app in Canada, and in USA, we are around the 200 ranking. Recently, we just built our agentic payment skill, and today what we can achieve is if you are a founder building an agent, and we can allow your agent to make a real-world payment. Nothing about the crypto, but in Canadian dollar and the American dollar. So your agent recommend, and now it can transit. I'm sure there's a lot of founder in here and try to build an agent. Like yesterday, I talked to one of the founder. He's trying to build an agent, help the people can book the air ticket, book the hotel, and also search for the lowest price for the customer. But the one thing he's missing is the credit card, is the payment method. And our customer today, North American people may have concern to give the agent the credit card, and because of the card fraud risk and the duplicate charge. And with our solution, basically, Snaply is a digital wallet. We can generate a single-use token, give it to the agent, and per transaction. And in that case, it's safer. And also, the agent can actually use the token we gave it to him to shopping at Amazon, Uber, and we already make it happen today. In the last 5 years, we have been talking to more than 400,000 merchants, and that is our payment network. It's not a startup story. We have been doing this for a while. And that is some of the brands that we have: Uber, Home Depot, Walmart. And if you are building an agent that your agent need consumer shopping, then you can come to us. Yes, and that's it. Sorry. We have a WhatsApp group. Thank you, everyone. And if you are building an agent, scan the WhatsApp group or WeChat group. We can talk about it. Thank you.